So this is going to be your foot arch melt exercise. The goal of the activity is to improve the mobility in the musculature of your foot and to make your foot what we call a mobile adapter. All that means is that when we walk, the ground doesn't really move, but our foot has to be able to move and adapt to what the ground is providing us. If it can't, it's going to come up with some wonky compensations that work its way not just into the foot, but also into the shin, the thigh, the low back, and sometimes even all the way up to the head. So we use lacrosse balls to help mobilize our foot and the musculature in our foot to get better motion, which creates an upstream effect. So when we talk about how to roll your foot out, it's actually pretty crucial and a lot of people do it incorrectly. So we're going to walk through it today. When we think about the foot, there are 3 arches and 3 sensory points that are really important. The 3 sensory points that are really important are going to be the big toe knuckle, the 5th toe knuckle, and the heel on the inside and outside portions. This creates what we call a tripod. So we want to roll out that tripod. So the first thing we want to do, we want to start off in the base of our heel on the inside and work our way up to the base of the big toe knuckle. This is called your medial or inside arch. And then from here, we want to go across underneath the toe knuckles from the 1st to the 5th, and this is called the transverse arch. Last but not least, we have an arch down here called your longitudinal arch that goes from the base of your 4th and 5th toe knuckles all the way back down to your heel. Therefore, we get this tripod triangle. So whenever we roll our foot out, this is the most crucial aspect and what everyone gets wrong. People simply roll their foot, misguided. What we want to do is we want to roll to find a tender spot. Once we find a tender spot, we want to apply pressure, a generous amount of pressure, until that area is a bit less tender, and then we move our way up. The key to having success with this exercise is to be slow and methodical. So if we do this in practice, grab a lacrosse ball, a floor, and something to hold on to and stabilize yourself. This is by no means a balanced exercise. So I'm here. I'm going to start on the inside part of my foot. And I'm just going to have a soft bend in my knee, and I'm going to hold onto the table and lean as much of my body weight as I want. My foot is staying totally relaxed. So for here, this doesn't feel great for me. It feels tender. Another key component to this exercise here is we want to make sure that we can breathe through this. We don't want to tense through our face or grind through our teeth, because if we're tensing up in the face, our nervous system is tensing, therefore the rest of our body is tensing, and we're not going to get the effect what we're looking for, which is actually relaxation of the musculature and bones of our foot. So now that feels better for me, so I'm going to move up kind of to the middle part of my arch. Not too much going on there. And then I'm going to go to the base of my first toe. But again, this should take anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes. Take your time. If you do this well, you will get some pretty good benefits from it. Then you're just going to work your way along the middle. When you get to the middle, a lot of people are going to want to curl their toes down. Don't do that. Let your toes stay chill, completely chill. And then if I turn around, I think one of the key pieces of your foot that people really sleep on is pressing down on your 4th and 5th toes. And so when you do this, you should see your outside foot, your 4th and 5th toes, be higher than your big toe knuckle. And you just hang out just below the 4th and 5th toe knuckles, and you go down a bit, and you hang out there. So again, the key pieces to this foot arch melt, and the reason why I'm spending so much time is because it's so crucial. Step 1, we want to make sure we respect the tripod. 3 points of contact. We have the inside arch, the arch going across on the base of the toe knuckles, and the outside arch. From there, we want to roll to find tender spots and then melt until those tender spots feel a little less tender. Last but not least, we want to make sure that we apply enough pressure where it does feel tender, but not so much to the point where we're gritting and grinding through our teeth or tensioning through our face. We want to be able to breathe through this activity. And this is going to be your foot arch melt.